How come nobody's ever tried to be a superhero?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that's where you were going with it. It took me so long. I was like, have we started yet?
Yeah, because if you don't know, that's how Kick-Ass starts.
Oh.
Doesn't it, Alex?
Yes, it does.
We're rolling.
Are we
I caught
going?
you off guard, and that's fine. That's just
Alright,
fine.
we like that.
Yeah.
Kick-Ass, Chris. What do we like Kick-Ass here?
We really like Kick-Ass,
Yeah.
and that's what we're talking about today
Man,
on this episode of
MMT
After Dark.
with your host
Christian
and Alex
and Alex from MMT.
from MMT. It's not dark.
Yes, it's not dark. It's the afternoon. But
Yeah,
it's getting
but it's
dark.
after dark, so
Yeah.
it's technically.
And there's some dark themes coming up
Ooh, in
in
Kick-Ass.
these movies
Yes.
that we like called Kick-Ass.
So, as you can see on the table here, adapted from a graphic novel.
Yep.
Big fan of the graphic novel I am. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but the things that they change from the movie, they change probably for the better for audiences. Like, we can just go straight into spoilers, right? It's
Yeah,
Kick-Ass.
of course. Yeah, we're talking about Kick-Ass.
it's
It came
11-year-old
out a
film.
while ago. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the big things they change is, in the movie where he comes out and he says, "Katie, I'm not gay and I'm a superhero," and she's just, "Okay, we're boyfriend and girlfriend now."
Yep. Great scene.
In the book, not how it happens.
Okay.
She basically flips shit at him, tells him to get out of her life. She has a boyfriend in the comic.
Really?
Yeah, she's got a boyfriend in the comic too. And like everyone gives him shit about her, and
Yeah.
she sends like pictures of her sucking her boyfriend's dick to him.
Nice. Well, that kind of playing what I thought. The comics got some like real darker, more deep themes
Yeah.
because that's the original vision.
Yeah,
But obviously the movie gets dark. But
yeah. The movie
it
changes. Also,
made it a bit happier for him.
also a whole Big Daddy's motivation and stuff. You know how in the film it's actually what's happened? In the book, he's been lying to his daughter, and he's
Oh,
been
okay.
selling his Marvel collection of comic books to fund their escapades or
Yeah.
their vigilantes.
So the comics he draws aren't real.
yeah,
All
they're
the stuff about the drugs and stuff.
they're not like the whole backstory of why they're
Yeah.
they're going after these people. He's just doing it because he wants his daughter to be. He wants to be.
Well,
Yeah,
you know what? My man Nicholas wouldn't stand for that. He wouldn't play that kind of guy.
yeah. This is
He-
why
he plays a dedicated father in this
Kick-Ass.
movie. Yeah.
one of the like it's better than its source material.
Yeah.
In my opinion. It's one of my favorite movies. It's probably, unpopular opinion, probably my favorite superhero film.
Yeah.
And what I love so much about it is that somehow it was ahead of its time
Yeah.
because it came out before any of the Marvel films blew up.
Yep.
It's like 2010, so maybe Iron Man's just been out. And it comes out and it somehow makes fun of all these movies to come,
Of course.
while
Like,
also being super
it's
emotional and
making fun of
serious.
superhero movies because
Yeah.
no one's super in it.
It's more making
But
fun of
it's so
comic
good.
books too,
Yeah.
more than
yeah.
superhero movies, but it just translates so well to what all the shit we've had come out after
Yeah.
it.
I guess because you wouldn't really call it a superhero movie. It's
No.
really a crime movie.
It's-
and then it features like the real world
Yeah.
comic book people.
Yeah.
Fans.
And so much of it, and you know what? I like it better than Kingsman. I know it's not just because
Okay.
I don't want to start comparing to other things, but
yeah.
it's just, to me, it's
No,
just
they're
got this
definite-
emotional.
Kingsman comparisons. The
Yeah.
way that what's the director's name?
Matthew Vaughn.
The way Matthew Vaughn crafts these emotional action
Yeah.
scenes in Kingsman especially and in Kick-Ass.
I think they hit harder for me in Kick-Ass.
Okay, yeah.
I think just all the emotional beats in Kick-Ass, I think I think are done. I don't want to say done better, but like they just resonate with me a lot more.
Yep.
Especially the fight at the end. I like how we're not going this in any order. We're just going straight to the ending. I love the fight at the end where Hit Girl rocks up just as they're being beaten and like
Yep.
tortured, and he's on fire and he's shouting tactical movements that they've come up together.
Yes.
He's like,
yes,
now
it's
switch
very
to
emotional.
Robin's Revenge.
yeah.
And it's so good and like
Actually, Cage gets me there, like
He-
tears,
when
because
she
he's like
takes off
happy
the
how well
blanket,
she's doing as well.
Yeah.
He's like proud.
he's like child, and it's just
Yeah.
I cry in that scene.
Yeah, I think I did the first time.
Yeah.
Also, it's been done a few times now, but I remember the first time the first person scene came up.
with the tack knife.
Yes.
It's so
And it
good.
was, like,
To
I
me,
don't know,
that's
around the time. It certainly now that's kind of very Call of Duty,
yeah.
and it feels a bit overplayed now because a lot of movies have tried it now. But like at the time, I remember how awesome it was. I hadn't seen anything like it.
To me, it hasn't been done better since then. I think
that as well.
It looks so good, and it looks too real. Her level. I mean, and just to go on to Chloe Grace Moretz, she's never been better in a film, in my opinion.
Yeah, same.
After Kick-Ass.
And it's her debut as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll get to Kick-Ass 2 after and why it doesn't work.
For sure. We will. Yeah, we will get to Kick-Ass 2.
But she nails it. And, like, it is a gimmick, but it's done so well. Like, the kid swearing and the kid being violent.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a gimmick in this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's one of those where you would think, and I'm sure some people do see it that way, but even as I saw it, I didn't, because she plays it so well.
Yeah, she nails it.
No one else could.
Like, when she rocks up, I don't know how bad we want to swear at this, but when she rocks up and she goes, "Okay, cunts."
Yeah.
And then you're just like...
yeah, I know.
And you're just like, shit. And it's like word from word from the comics too.
Is that in the Netflix version? Is it on Netflix or Stan?
Did
I watch it?
It was on Netflix for a bit.
Is that in the Stan
version? I think it is.
Okay, because I watched it the other night. I didn't remember that
really?
part, but when you say it, I remember it.
Yeah, it took me because obviously this is one of the first MA movies I ever watched as a kid.
Yeah.
Because 2010, that's 11 years ago. We were 12.
Yeah.
So like being a kid, you just go, oh, cool, swearing, action movie. And we didn't care about any of the emotional beats. It's one of those films where I loved as a kid, younger person, but growing it now with 10 years of like life experience onto it, I appreciate even more. I already loved it, but now I have a more appreciation of it because the emotional beats and just to talk about his first fight in front of the convenience store, that's so good. Yeah,
I love it as well. Yeah. And it's right after he's like, "Fuck you, Mr. Kitty."
Yeah, fuck you, Mr. Bitey.
Oh, Mr. Bitey, yeah.
Yeah. To me, it's just from the music. The music's great in that scene.
Yeah.
From the reactions of the people.
That's what the director does so well. The music and the action. Like, I mean, I love Kingsman.
Yeah.
Kingsman fucking does that amazingly. Yeah. But Kick-Ass, of course. Yes.
And I love when he's fighting. I can't remember the quote. He goes, they say, "What are you, crazy or something?" He goes, "Oh, what are you insane?" He goes,
"Yeah,
I'm insane. 3 guys beating up some guy where everyone else watches. Yeah,
so
I think I'd rather die." And like goosebumps and everything. And just the way he's standing over the guy to protect him too. Like he's getting beaten. Yeah. He's not stopping. And he's just like kind of hovering over him, protecting him while getting beaten.
Mm. And that's like really the big character arc for him. Yeah. Because he's, he has stepped up before, but obviously then he realized real consequences.
Oh, he got stabbed.
And this is him stepping up again. Like he's not backing down from that.
Yeah.
And it also flips straight from the kind of gimmicky, silly part of him. He's dressed up in this costume and all he's managing to do is like walk around and look for a cat.
Yeah.
And even that's kind of besting him. Like he's failing. And then he puts it on the line. And that's why he deserves to, be our guy.
Exactly. And then you have him paralleled with Red Mist.
Yes.
And Red Mist I'll admit, in the comics, I like Red Mist more.
Okay.
Because he's much more... He's a villain in the comics. But also, they really play into that he is just... In the comics, you don't know who Red Mist is.
Yeah.
In this, you find out very early that he is Mark Strong's son.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So he is...
It's a reveal in the comics.
Son. Yeah, that's... Because then you'd be like, on Kick-Ass's side.
Yeah. So that happens, and he... in this, when they capture them both, and he's like, "Leave Kick-Ass alone."
Yep.
In the comic, he's like, "Nah, fucking kill Kick-Ass."
Really?
Yeah.
Just because jealousy, I guess?
Yeah, jealousy and just he's a dick.
Yeah, he is a dick. He's a motherfucker.
Yeah, he is. Oh no. But yeah, obviously they changed his character for the comedy aspect of the film, which I think they still works well. And Christopher
does it well. Yep.
Yeah, he plays a very certain character, like very well. And
dweeb.
Yeah, and he knocked it out the park in that one. But I just think that his comic book version is something that like compels me a bit more.
Yeah. When I first saw the trailer and it's like, people being superheroes and you see Red Mist and the Mistmobile and stuff, I was really keen for him. And I was disappointed when I first watched it that he was a bad guy.
Yeah.
I wanted him to be one of the good guys.
I remember the trailer so well, and the big hook of the trailer is when it's Red Mist, Kick-Ass, and then Red Mist jumps down and he goes, fuck my ankle.
Yeah.
Also, just with the comics, they play into way more how like Red Mist doesn't care, because like they swap out the burning lumberyard scene where his dad's goons are in there for just this woman saying, "My baby's in the building," very Spider-Man-ish.
Yep.
And Kick-Ass is like, "No, we're going in to get the baby." And Red Mist's like, fuck, do we have to? Like all that. And they both run in and Red Mist is like, all right, we're in the building now. There's an exit here. Let's just get out. And it looks like we tried our best and we couldn't do it. And Kick-Ass is like, no, we're going up to get the kid.
Right.
Turns out it's a cat, not a baby.
Yeah.
So they get even more mad, but that's just the comic being funny.
Yeah.
So they dwell on that aspect a bit more.
It seems it goes deeper into these characters in a different way. I guess because it has more time to flesh them out.
Well, that's my thing. They're very...
The movie makes them... They're deeper in different ways, but they're a bit shallower in that, like, in a sense.
But it's all credit to the movie because they do it differently, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
The comic version of his character works for the comic. The movie version works for the movie.
Yeah.
I think they both do it very well.
The movie works.
Yeah, the movie's...
So, like, oh, yeah.
I can't give the movie more praise enough. Like, my favorite thing is something that I've realized upon rewatching it earlier is how they really, like, hone in on, okay, Kick-Ass has got... the movie plays a very Superman part for him, where his theme, even in the movie, is very Superman-ish. Him wearing his clothes under his his outfit under his clothes, very Superman. Red Mist, he's got the Mistmobile. His theme's very Batman-ish. When his music comes in, it's very old school 89, 86 Batman. Yeah. So that I just love that parallel between them.
Yeah. It's so good with the fight scenes as well, which is obviously Matthew Vaughn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He nails it.
So I think a lot of, and this is like tying into what you said, how it makes fun of movies that haven't even come out yet. Yeah. A lot of these Marvel movies, the fights are getting a bit boring. Yeah. Okay. Superhero beats up 5 goons. We've seen that so many different times, right? The Big Daddy fight scene in this.
In the warehouse?
How is that filmed? It's so in your face.
And like, I like it better than the church scene in Kingsman, to be honest.
Yeah, so do I. They're going for the same thing. Yeah. Obviously.
I think it's just Matthew Vaughn trying to...
frame rate. Yeah. And the punches and the kicks feel like they're in your face.
And the music in it too is so fucking good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like that and you know when he's just like and he's just like throwing grenades, like, so he's doing it so casually, like that's Nicolas Cage just throwing it out the park as well with that. Yeah. Like he is such a professional. Yeah. Like acting that out. And then you can't just film an action scene little diddle. No, what's the term? Lily-nilly. Yeah. What am I saying?
We got there.
There's got to be this artistic sense behind it, and that's what he does. Yeah. And
he puts his own flavor on it and it makes it interesting. It's more engaging.
When we don't have a boring kind of gunfight at the end, the way Hit Girl fights is unique.
So the only issue I have with the film is at the end.
Okay.
I don't like the jetpack.
All right. When I first watched the film, didn't like the jetpack. Yeah. Didn't like that stood out as a bit. It's
not in the comics.
Yeah.
And I also think
a way for Kick-Ass to be in it without unrealistically having him
because
in the fight.
He fucking kicks ass in the comics at the end. In the fight.
See, in the movie that would be a bit out of place.
That it would, and I know they needed to have something for him to do. I agree with that because he couldn't do what he would do in the comics because he's just not. They didn't have enough time to do that
Train
for him.
Yeah.
And it's a very different tone.
Yeah.
But when they're flying together on the jetpack leaving, and there's just goes shots of them in the sky over whatever city they're in. Yeah. I can't help and go, this is a little silly now.
Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, look, the jetpack's a little weird.
It's the only
honestly,
thing.
Rewatching it because I
get over it super fast.
Yeah, I wasn't like, oh, here's this bit. It was just like, yeah, okay, like let's go. Yeah. Because the Hit Girl hallway scene.
Reputation?
Yeah. That is what I'm saying. Like,
best use of that song. Sorry, Shrek.
Yeah, it's true. And if you're gonna shoot a fight scene, how are you gonna do it? You have Hit Girl just shoot these guys? No, she's gonna have like the knife on
with the rope.
String. Yeah,
and she makes the guy shoot himself.
Yes,
love.
All of that, and then the way she charges down that hallway at like 10 times, you know, her fighting force. You know, like 10 people.
Nothing to me is gonna be cooler when she throws the mags up in the air and mid-air reloads them. That every time that is the most hype. Like every time I see that, I just want to fucking fist bump in the air.
And I don't know, it's because this second time round, it was a bit... They maybe say bazooka one too many times. I think one too many.
Is that a bazooka?
The bazooka thing is hilarious. Yeah. I love the bazooka thing. I think literally one time too many. Yeah. I think the final time, it's like, okay, we've said bazooka a lot now.
The part where, to me, they really pay it off and like, okay, this is worth it, is when Kick-Ass is on the jetpack, fires the machine guns, and then it cuts to Mark Strong and Christopher Mintz-Plasse. He goes, "That's a weird sounding bazooka."
They're like all happy and like shaking hands.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, and that's right when the other thing I was thinking was, what's the big bad guy's actor's name?
Mark Strong.
Mark Strong.
Yeah.
He's killing Hit Girl very quickly in this fight.
Yeah.
Like he's just crushing her.
Fucking turns around and roundhouse her.
Yeah, like,
which I like.
Yeah.
I like that she's not. But even though you watch and she goes, she just took out 10 guys in her way. She can't take out Mark Strong.
Yeah, that as well. Like,
but they kind
he's
of set
a
up
strong guy, and the way the fight happens as well. Like, he's like. He's going easy. He could kill her very easily. Like
he's
away.
trying to just fuck with her.
Yeah,
he wants to wait this out because he's been waiting for this moment.
Yeah.
What I love about that is they do set up that he's a really good fighter because he's got the whole room full of. You see him training throughout the film, but it's when she goes to fight him and he just turns around with that roundhouse kick and fucking.
And you're like, oh, it's not gonna be so easy.
Yeah, you're like, okay, he can fight.
And straight away she's a bit out of it, and then she's in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the film, I mean, what did we see him do earlier? We saw him kill that fake Kick-Ass.
Yep.
Which is very weird. He just turns around and just kills someone else. That's when the movie that's all there to make you go, fuck, he would just kill random people.
Yeah, that's a tough bit. Like,
yeah. Because like when you're
watching Kick-Ass birthday party.
Yeah.
That's
Mommy,
another bit where the comedy works.
I want a Kick-Ass party.
Yeah, I love that. The comedy works. It's one of his finest.
Back on the coke, Frank.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh.
And Chris comes in. Chris like wants to follow in his dad's business.
I love when the mum, where they're having breakfast and they go to talk meeting. He just follows. She's like, Frank.
And he's just like, hey, Dad, I don't mind you talking business.
Yeah, he took shop with me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be 18 in 3 weeks. Yeah, like so much of the film works for me. Just like Nicolas Cage, it's my favorite Cage performance.
Yeah. I just love it.
We mentioned it before, but just like the torture scene is just so emotional.
Yep.
And just, I mean, it's my favorite.
Yeah. The torture scene is intense. Like all the punches, you feel those punches and kicks the way.
Yeah.
Matthew Vaughn, he films it very well.
Yeah.
You feel them all. And then we've got another action scene filmed in a very interesting way.
Oh, with the strobe light too.
Yep. And
so
the night vision.
Goes in slow motion and
the only thing in that is jumping. Slow-mo.
Yeah, and then the only thing with that is that the fire effect on Cage looks dated, but I can once again, it's a product of its time.
Yeah,
I fucking love if the movie was any lesser, I'd have a problem with it.
I didn't notice in my last watch.
Really?
I didn't think anything like of the fire until you mentioned it. Yeah. Okay. What was I gonna say? The torture scene, it cuts so well with comedy as well because there's the people watching.
Oh, with him and his mate. Oh my God.
And one of them's like moving in as well. On the friend.
Then you got the other one who's just in love with Hit Girl.
Yeah,
and she's like, I was solely vowed to wait for her.
And then played by a different actor. In second good on him.
He fucking left.
Yeah, good on him.
He went and did X-Men instead. I'm pretty sure
he did.
So yeah, but yeah, I mean, do we want to talk about the second movie here?
We could do a bit of a transition.
Yeah.
Final thoughts.
It's a 5 out of 5 for me.
It's very high for me. This is one, when I saw it, I didn't want it to end. Yeah.
But sadly, it continues. But
yeah, I'll give it 5 bags.
Yeah, I love the movie. The emotional beats hit harder for me as I get older. And it's Cage's best performance. And Aaron Taylor Johnson, I don't think we've mentioned his name yet. He's kick-ass. He knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, and just the way the themes hit, that superhero thing. Like even you were saying with Red Mist and Kick-Ass when he trips off the thing. Yeah. I find that funny before the trip even happens. It's just that Red Mist.
I love we're superheroes.
He like does a pose to say Red Mist.
Yeah.
yeah.
I love when they're driving. It's like, yeah, we're superheroes. You love us.
Yeah. The theme hits so well.
Yeah. So good. Love Kick-Ass.
Love. All we can do is love this.
Yeah.
Yep. So we should
talk about something we don't love.
Yes.
Yeah. I will do a quick, actually, because I don't have so much to say.
Kick-Ass 1.
Yeah.
That's ended now.
That's the end. Yeah.